Are you a Friends fan? Friends show? No?
No, sorry.
But you are a Bollywood fan.
Yeah, I'm a Bollywood fan.
And I am a Bollywood fan, like crazy, you know. But Bollywood ko कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ, has that transcended somehow into your work? Like, have you been inspired by anybody or any particular movie or, any scene?
Trust me, we're so bright, born into the night. Clears my face of walls, makes my beauty show. The lotion smooth and clean, best I've ever seen. Soft and silky sheen, like a perfect dream. True skin makes me shine, feeling so divine. Beauty I can find in the skin of mine.
Vyasa Media Network.
You really love what you're doing, and it's a rare thing for people to love what you're doing, right? And creative industry, you always struggle with an issue of confidence. No matter how confident you come across as, artists are really आफैलाई पनि compare गरेर हुन्छ with someone they are looking up to, right? And it's your work that you are really being protective about. So I think that's beautiful, and that says something about your work ethic as well.
Yeah, I really don't like comparing to any other artist. The only comparison or the only competition that there is just me, myself. I look back around my post, once in a while I go down my feed and I check, मेरो makeup skill कस्तो थियो, मेरो painting कस्तो थियो, मेरो art कस्तो थियो, what I used to do and what I'm doing now. And then I compare myself and I be proud of that. And every time I try to take different challenging projects because I want to challenge myself. I want to explore more to that part. And the only competition that there is for me is myself.
Beautiful. Like Monica Geller. Are you a Friends fan? Friends show? No?
No, sorry.
But you are a Bollywood fan.
Yeah, I'm a Bollywood fan.
And I am a Bollywood fan, like crazy, you know. But Bollywood ko कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ, has that transcended somehow into your work? Like, have you been inspired by anybody or any particular movie or, any scene?
When I said like first, I described myself the dreamer bhanera. So when I was in an age of exploring, I think Karan Johar's movies were something that I used to imagine a lot myself. It was, I think, back म 2 क्लासमा पढ्दाखेरिको कुरा हो. सो त्यतिखेर चाहिँ नेपाल टेलिभिजनमा एभ्री स्याटरडे मुभीहरू प्ले हुन्थ्यो. अनि त्यो बेलामा चाहिँ इट वाज के अरे कल हो नो नट कल हो न हो कभी खुसी कभी गम. इट वाज कभी खुसी कभी गम. एन्ड देन देयर वाज अ पू होइन Poo, and then there was Hrithik Roshan and oh my god, बेबुको नाम बिर्सिरा मैले. करिना कपुर. Yeah, so उनीहरूको त्यो एउटा डान्स नम्बर थियो के केहदोना होइन. अनि मैले जब त्यो मुभी हेरेँ, जब त्यो सिन्सहरू हेरेँ होइन, अनि आई युज टु इमेजिन माइसेल्फ इन द्याट very on set, in that very on dancing moment. But the only difference what I used to imagine with a man, with a guy. So अनि बलिउडको त्यो सिन्सहरू, त्यो ओभरली ड्रामेटिक सिन्सहरू, त्यो ओभरली ड्रामेटिक डायलग्स एन्ड एभ्रिथिङ हुन्छ नि. त्यही भएर पनि आई युज टु ड्रिम अ लट अबाउट यस्तो यो कपलको रोमान्स चाहिँ इट्स बिन सो मच इन्सपायर्ड बाई बलिउड फर मी. I used to dream of running in the gardens, holding hands.
Has made romance a whole different game. He just has raised everybody's expectations when it comes to love.
A lot of expectations.
so much tears, so many tears, so much hurt, and then love at the end. But no, I relate to what you said. तिम्रो वर्कमा चाहिँ, coming back to the work you've done, from what I have followed, I see a tendency towards like alikati religious work पनि छ हैन. I have loved your Ganesh ko painting. I've loved your मलाई goosebumps आएको थियो तिम्रो महादेवको शिवजीको हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ. It was just the music, everything just vibed so well. So I see that. I see a lot of self-acceptance related posts, हैन, which is very inspiring. And I see a little bit of the flair, Junsa, which I think comes from the Bollywood romance. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are. You're very much correct. That is the whole reason I love, playing with a lot of colors. I try to infuse a lot of colorful tones. I try to make it as lively as possible because that's how Bollywood movies are. It's always happy ending at the end.
Yeah.
No matter whatever the starting is, it's always happy ending.
Yeah.
It's always happiness. It's always true. Like a lot of colors, a lot of playfulness in there. So I think my painting, whenever I paint, I always try to paint happy characters, and try to make it as colorful as possible. I don't go just for a neutral color or just, some simple color. I try to make it as vibrant as possible, as colorful as possible.
And Suruma, when you were experimenting with the makeup journey, how were you sourcing the products? Because it was still, like you said, behind closed doors. So were your friends helping you out? Was it online?
It was mostly online. I used to purchase पहिला mostly online. फिर पहिला सामानहरू पनि त्यति राम्रोसँग पाउँदैन. The accessibility to products. Plus, I didn't have much of product knowledge as well since I was self-taught. And I just used to, bring in products, try it and explore around it, and then again do the same with the other products. Kinyo explore garyo. I'm still अहिले पनि, my projects are mostly using DIY things that I find it in my surrounding, because अहिले पनि there's so much of issue of accessibility with the products that I have to buy and have to outsource, and the products they are not cheap.
Right.
Plus, whenever you are bringing it from abroad, you have a lot of taxes, travel, like 500 ko kura yaha aipugdakheri it becomes 15,000 ko kura, very expensive. So त्यही कारणले गर्दाखेरि पनि I try to find whatever is in my surrounding. I just try to make it as realistic as possible.
And isma chain, like there's also a little bit of consciousness growing around the kind of products that we use, and eco-friendly, organic, when you're applying something on your skin, obviously rashes are real. There's a lot of sensitivity around it. So in your career path, how has that affected or challenged you in any way? Has it?
I think luckily I've never had any sort of those kind of challenges moment. I think actually say when I painted on myself, I got a very bad allergic reaction. But apart from that, that was I think one time thing. And since I have painted so many times on my skin and on myself, touch wood, my skin has been responding very nicely. It's been treating me very goodly.
It's glowing.
So, but I think this two challenges are neither to me nor to my models or anyone, because if I'm working, I always ask my model if they have any allergy reaction to any products. Usually people are not. Who have that issue, I don't work, because the paint is going to be on your skin for a longer hour. I might be using skin glues, skin adhesives. So they kind of removal process, you might get allergic reaction. So they if you models issues so that bigger issues.
Now let's talk collaborations. You've done so many. Am I correct? Samraki Sangha you had done, was it an Amazon-inspired look? What was it?
That was actually Mystique from X-Men.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, that was beautiful as well. But Tisto, you've done so many other collaborations as well. What really stood out to you, or what was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is like my dream come true, or yet to happen?
I think एउटा project मैले imagine गरेको चाहिँ that happened with US Embassy. US Embassy को Creators मेलाको second volume मा चाहिँ I was able to create almost around 8 looks त्यो बेलामा. I had like 15 looks in my mind, but then we had to cut it down to 8. So, you know, I always wanted to explore. I always want to challenge myself. Something for me is, you know, it's more like I think about it and I just do it.
You dream about it.
Yeah, I
and it
just dream about.
Comes to life.
Yeah, because whenever I'm sitting for a paint, like आफूमा पेन्ट गर्दा होस् या अहिले चाहिँ अरूकोमा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I cannot experiment because, you know, पेसेन्सको कुरा पनि आउँछ होइन. So जब मैले पहिला जब whenever I used to do a paint for myself, I just used to sit, म बस्थेँ, and then I used to take my phone out and it's like what I want to paint होइन. So I just used to take couple of references of paintings हरूको के reference 4-5 लियो and I just used to see it and I just used to piece एउटा together and I used to make one in my mind and then I just used to do it. So कहिले अब painting art is not my background. Right. You know, if you give me still अहिले पनि if you give me a paper मा paint गर भनेर हैन, I will do horrible त्यसमा हैन. मलाई अहिले पनि sketch गर्न दियो भने हैन. Last time when I collaborated with Arzu Designs, so हामीले चाहिँ sketch लुगाको अब मेरो दिमागमा जे थियो त्यो त मैले निकालेर दिनु पर्यो नि त sketch paper मा. I made a sketch of the लुगा हैन. Arzu Didi died laughing looking at my sketch. Really? It's horrible. It's horrible if I do it on a paper. I'm good at doing in my body. In body, I was paint gonna. I get very confident, but paper, but my background and I've never done painting in my life.
Vyasa Media Network.